I'm just a procrastinator. When you say that, you've done something very specific. You've taken a behavior pattern and turned it into an identity. And the moment it becomes who you are, it becomes impossible to change. But procrastination is not a personality trait. It's not laziness. It's not even a time management problem. It's a defense mechanism. And like all defense mechanisms, it's protecting you from something specific. Find what it's protecting you from, and the pattern begins to dissolve. Most productivity advice treats procrastination as a scheduling failure. You need a better system, a better app, more accountability. And sometimes that helps for a week, but if procrastination keeps returning, especially on specific tasks, it's not a scheduling problem. Something about that task activates a threat response in your brain. The avoidance isn't laziness, it's regulation. Your nervous system is doing its job, keeping you away from something that feels dangerous. The problem is that the danger is usually something like failure, judgment, not being good enough, or losing control of an outcome you care about. Procrastination is most reliably a fear response, disguised as distraction. Researcher Fuskia Sirois at Durham University and psychologist Timothy Pychyl at Carleton University have dedicated careers to studying procrastination. Their research consistently shows that procrastination is fundamentally an emotion regulation strategy, not a time management failure. In a series of studies published between 2013 and 2016, Sirois and Pychyl found that people procrastinate primarily to escape negative emotions associated with a task: anxiety, self-doubt, boredom, or resentment. The procrastination provides short-term emotional relief at the cost of long-term consequences. Critically, their research showed that people with higher levels of procrastination also show worse psychological well-being, higher stress, and more health problems. Not because they're less capable, but because the emotion avoidance strategy compounds over time. Pychyl and Flett's 2012 work also connected chronic procrastination to perfectionism. The belief that the task must be done perfectly, combined with the fear that it won't be, produces paralysis before the first step. The brain evaluates the task as a threat and activates avoidance. So if procrastination is a defense, the question isn't, how do I stop procrastinating? The question is, what is this task threatening? Try this. 1. Name the emotion, not the behavior. Instead of, I'm procrastinating on this, say, I feel anxious starting this because I'm afraid it won't be good enough. Naming the emotion activates the prefrontal cortex and reduces the limbic threat response. You're less at the mercy of a feeling you can't see. 2. Ask what specifically feels threatening. Is it the judgment of others? The possibility of failing publicly? The fear that finishing will reveal you're not as capable as people think? The specific fear is almost always more manageable than the general dread. 3. Lower the threshold for starting. The avoidance fires before you begin. A 2-minute timer, an intentionally bad first draft, a placeholder sentence. These trick the brain's threat assessment. The task stops looking like a cliff and starts looking like a step. The goal is not to eliminate the discomfort, it's to stop running from it. Once you face what the task is actually threatening, the avoidance usually weakens on its own. Saying, I'm a procrastinator, is a story that lets you stop asking the harder question. Every time you avoid something, there's a reason. And that reason is specific, personal, and workable. Not a character flaw, not a productivity problem. A defense mechanism protecting you from a fear you haven't fully named yet. Name the fear. The procrastination follows. Try all 3 of these this week and come back to the comments to tell me what you found. Follow the channel for neuro tips every week. Thank you for staying until the end. Your time is valuable, and I genuinely hope this was worth it. If this video left you with something, a thought, a shift, a question you didn't have before, a like helps it reach someone else who might need it too. And if you want to keep going, subscribe and turn on notifications. See you in the next one.